So now, next question. People are always, in my experience, confused. I won't say confused, but wondering which is actually the best option. Should I sell first? Should I buy first? And this is even without COVID-19, right? So now people are all the more uncertain. There's risks with putting your home on the market, and there's in terms of having people in. The same questions are still there, and they're amplified, right? So you actually shared an anecdote with me the last time I asked you this question, and I just thought that your answer was very insightful and deserved to be shared on a broader platform. So I'm going to ask you to share that story again, to give us your take on, during a time where there's such market uncertainty like COVID-19, should people be buying first or selling first, in your opinion? Mm-hmm.
Okay. My take on this is I'm not a fan of purchasing without conditions, without financing conditions. I'm not totally against it, but I'm not a fan of it. I just believe when people are making such big decisions, especially first-time home buyers, it's good to have that opportunity to go home and just make sure everything is okay before you you waive your rights.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of buying or selling first, I've seen clients buy firm, then sell because they believe the market is so hot that it won't take much time to sell their home. Not to mention a lot of people needs to do a little bit of work and stage, and so sometimes it takes a while for them to get to that place of being ready to list. But I've had a client who bought because the market was good. He saw something he really liked, then list, and his property never sold. But he bought firm, so he had to close his purchase. He didn't qualify to carry two properties, so because his property never got sold, the bank pulled out of the mortgage on the purchase, but he had to close because he was firm.
Mm-hmm.
And also too, he bought when prices were at their highest. So when the property appraised, it came in 100,000 less.
Mm-hmm.
I think he bought for something like $1.5 million, and it came in at 950 or 900. And then the property he had listed literally never sold, or
Mm-hmm.
didn't sell up to that point. So he had to close the purchase with a private mortgage. Then, being in this pickle, he made a decision to list both and see which one sells first, just to get out of this mess. And this was a couple that they were more or less buying their last house, planning retirement, moving back to the city, closer to the city, downsizing, but buying a very comfortable house for retirement. And they were financially secure. They had a very, very small mortgage on the property they were selling. So they planned this right, just their timing was wrong. And so they list both properties to see which one would sell first. And when I also saw what they were offering the agents just to move this property, it was like, wow, they were really stuck and needed a way out. So eventually one sold. The one that they bought, the new one, was the one that ended up selling first because it was a nicer house. It was more attractive. So they were back stuck with the house they were trying to sell, even though between the two they lost a ton of money. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not totally against listing first or buying first. Just do your homework and make sure you're working with an agent and a broker that has your best interest at heart. And they're having a keen eye out for you just as you are, and you're analyzing what's going on and watching the market, and also have a plan B. If this doesn't work out, what do I do? Know what your options are.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my suggestion. I have clients right now that are asking my opinion about listing or buying first. And because the market is what it is now, they're doing their homework in terms of finding something, so they know that they're seeing things they like. They're also testing the market to see how fast theirs would sell and watching what's the activities that are going on around them. And I have one client who is very comfortable with um, listing and buying. So he's going to be listing his house next week. And he's also looking around. And the minute he lists and sees the activities that are going on within a week, he's going to be putting an offer in. But
Right.
he's also gauging to make sure that, he's seeing the desired activities on his sale
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm. I think that is very intelligent advice, especially when the market is uncertain. And even us, we're tracking things week by week now. That's how we have to be responsible and accountable to our clients because, you can't always wait for the stats to come in. They're lagging, right? Um,
Mhm.
so very smart to list first because you don't want to be stuck contractually obligated to two properties, right? And then when you got a firm sale on that, go ahead and, or even as you say, tracking the activities is just a smart way to go about it when things are more uncertain than usual.